I mean, this car is gorgeous. The exhausts are, I love the way that the exhausts are so big. 4 tips. Yeah, the cars looks, I mean, the back is not as nice as all the rest of it. I mean, a lot of people don't like these headlights. But apart from that, it looks nice. I mean, the boot, the only thing that annoying is with this car is that you have to hold this button to open up the boot. You can't really do it just by doing this. I'm not sure why. Also, but it just looks, look, I mean, and obviously the jeweled brakes. So yeah, and obviously you'll be using this a lot. It just looks good from all angles, especially from this angle. The angle there, but from the front. So yeah. So I quite like this, which is when you unlock it, so it goes green or red. And obviously it makes the noise, so it's like premium. And then I'll try and do it with one hand. But you've got 2 buttons down here. That's the electric one, that's the manual one. So this one is quite, it's not like a touch button, but it's quite sensitive, so it's sort of like touch. So look, very, very slightly, look, barely pushing it. So there's that. So, and just be careful with these doors, they're quite big and heavy. So yeah, I did one time, because it doesn't like really, you have to open it up quite far for it to stop. If you open it up to about here, it will just come back on you. And obviously in a car park, you can't bring it out that far. You can bring it out to about here, and then like literally, like as I tried to get in, let go, and it just went straight onto my leg. And then like I had a massive bruise on my, like on this bit here, like on my shin, which really hurt. But and obviously you just got to be mindful about, like I said, all like the sticky buttons. Apart from that, the inside's really nice. I like the seats, you get quite a bit of room, you get nice cup holders that hold you in, nice flappy paddles. These are optional, they're not on all cars, so sometimes you get like the tinier ones about that big. I think they're about like a third of the size. Obviously it's a bit dated now, but it's still got sat nav on there, but obviously it's not live, so you can change all this if you want. But the speakers are good as well. You've got 11 speakers in this one. On the standard ones you get like 6 speakers. Yeah, the quality's nice. I quite like the seats. Just be mindful if you're quite tall like me, these will be behind where your neck is, like on the bottom of your neck, meaning that you most likely will get whiplashed, because you can't bring these up. That's the only downside to it, especially in the Ferrari F430 is even worse, so you would get whiplash in that. But let's go for a drive and we'll do a little review on the Maserati GranTurismo S. Right, so in my Maserati GranTurismo S, I wanted to do like a quicker video because the other one's a bit too long. It's like basically like the first day of me getting it and driving it around quite a lot, so it's like over an hour long. So I'm going to do a quicker video that's just like about like the review of the car, so a honest review. So first of all, honest about the key. It's okay. I like this bit here with the badge, quite nice, but looks a bit on that side. It's better than the Aston Martin though, because the Aston Martin one, if you get the old ones, look really bad. But yeah, so let's start it up. So obviously, like, it's electric, so that the steering wheel goes down to your position. So you've got memory seats on this, which is quite nice. I've just been to like the mechanic today, and all my seat was different, and then you just push the button and it'll go to where you want it, and the steering wheel does as well, so it's electrical, like adjusted. Then put it into sport mode quickly. Yeah, there we go. But and put it into manual. Why not? Then have a little quick drive and do an honest review about the Maserati. Right, I hope you can see me because it's a bit sunny. It's like it's sunset, so you can see like the sun's a bit making a bit of a glare. So anyway, yeah. So honest review then. So basically, let's talk about handling first then. So handling, it's hydraulic powered steering, which means it's great for feedback. The handling's very responsive. There's no body roll, even though it's quite a heavy car. I won't say there's much body roll, not at all really. Yes, the car's heavy, but the handling's nice and it's planted as well. And I don't believe mine's got the Skyhook suspension, which is like the sportier version, which is even better actually. So if I think that it's good now, if I had the Skyhook suspension, that'd be like even better. Obviously it'd be harsher, but yeah. Steering is good, but bad as well. So when you're parking, it's quite heavy. Sometimes it can be too heavy. But when you go quite fast, let's say like for like 50 miles an hour, the steering can get really, really light. I'm not sure if that's something that can be adjusted or not, but it gets quite light. The brakes are good, it's just the brake feel. It just feels odd, it feels a bit grabby, and you've got to press down quite harshly for it to stop. It's not like your normal modern cars where the slight touch can make you brake, and then if you do it quite hard, you literally like this. So you've got to brake quite hard, which is what I had to do in the Porsche, like the Boxster 987, which is what I have had in the past. I noticed that the brake feel analog, is what people sort of say. It feels a bit old-fashioned, you know. But yeah. So basically, yes, the handling's good. The size of the bike, it is a big car, but you don't feel that. I don't anyway. But obviously, when you look back, you realise you are in a big car, or if you're parking, you're like, oh crap. But you can see like the front, like you can just see like the arches, which is quite nice. So you can sort of like park it and not like hit the front of it. But yeah, it's the back. But lucky enough, on this car, like front and rear parking sensors, so it's quite good. So yeah, so the gearbox is good. It's responsive. I mean, personally, I think it's quite quick. I think it's quite quick. If you're going up, shifts are a little bit slower. That's quite quick. I've had it reback, so I'm not sure if that's made it quicker, but I think they're quite quick. Downshifts are really quick, so if I do it now, done. See? People say, oh, it's so slow. A single clutch, it's like 10th of a second. I don't think it's that bad. It's quicker than changing gears on a car, so yeah. Anyway, the seats are comfortable. They're heated. Usually with heated seats you get a lot of wiring, and you can feel it. Like I've had probably about 3 or 4 cars that have had heated seats, and when you sit on it, you get like a numb arse, because it's just like you can feel like you're sitting on something rather than on the seat. This one you can't feel the wires. Like I'm trying to feel them now, and I can't really feel anything. I just feel like padding. I don't feel where the wires are. But yeah, so they're very nice. You're also, it hugs you, but not as much. Like, I mean, if I stay to this side, it hugs me, but obviously I can move to this side quite easily. So, but I think they hug me quite well. Obviously, you can get better seats in these cars, but obviously, I think that's mainly to do with like the Grand Sport, which is like, is it 2013 onwards? I'm not sure. I think so. Visibility is good, apart from when you've got like the sun visor down. As you can see, it's sunny. I've got the sun visor down, they're quite large, so it's sort of like it goes about like here, just like where your eye line is. So sometimes, like if you have it all the way here, because the sun's really in your eyes, you sort of got to like butt down to see like the cars in front of you. So apart from that, it's fine. But they're nice sun visors, they're big, and they go where you want it to. When you're moving it, sometimes I've had cars where it's only got like one location. You put it down, and then I want it just here, and let go, and it springs back to like the middle. Where this, you can pretty much put it where you want, and just like let go and keep it there. It doesn't like have this swing back thing like into like its different locations. So But yeah, it's quite sunny actually at the moment. The sun is out. Throttle response is really nice. As I've shown in some of my other videos, it's there, it's naturally aspirated, you've got no turbo lag. Obviously the sound of the car is what everyone goes on about. It's really like one of the best things, see, like all these kids are like, yeah. But yeah, so, and the downshift's are really nice, so you probably won't be able to hear it on camera. That's the only downside. I mean, in person, you've got to drive one. Drive one in person and you'll know what it's about. Also the looks. The car gets so much attention because of the looks. That special feeling that you get from when you're driving it, because yes, I know it's not a Ferrari, but it basically is. I mean, it's made by the same designer. Also, you know, it's basically like the same engine, the same gearbox. It's similar to like the F430. So yeah, and I think it looks like one of the Ferrari. They say that they stole like the design or something. I'm not sure what they were going on about, but it basically looks, at the front anyway, it looks like a Ferrari a little bit, especially with like the big grille and like the badge on the grille, which is what Ferrari do as well. But yeah, so like, I mean, I'm very impressed with it. Like I said, and you can have 4 people in the car as well, so it's basically a sports car but also a Grand Tourer. I mean, yes, it is a Grand Tourer, but I mean, you can't really complain at you know, like you've got a Grand Tourer, but it's got the power, the sounds, the looks, the inside's like luxury. It's got sporty handling, but it hasn't got that like harsh suspension. Right, so power-wise, from a 4.7 litre V8 Ferrari-derived engine, it's 434 brake horsepower, 361 foot-pounds of torque. Yeah, I can put the sun bars on now because it's less sunny. 0 to 60 varies because no one really ever knows. So I think Maserati say it's like 4.9, and I think average is 4.7, but people have got it down to 4.6. So I'm just going with what it is capable of. I mean, you know, I don't drive a car at the slowest rate and then say, oh, this Ferrari does 0 to 60 in 10 seconds because that's what it took me to do. So I just go with what it can do. This is what I say. So around 4.6 seconds. Obviously I've had it remapped, so that boosts it up a little bit, but you can watch a video on that. One if stage 1 is worth it, but still quite a lot of power. Yes, it's a heavy car, so you don't get that like power to weight ratio, but apart from that, I mean, the power's there. I mean, it does put you back quite a bit, you'll see. So, oh, police in the town, so I can't rev it because it always echoes this bit, so they think you're really going faster than what you actually are. But yeah, you know, the police down here, they're a bit, you know, yeah, there's literally a person on a scooter, like one of those e-scooters, and the policeman just looked around, done that to call back up. And they don't do anything because soon as I think right down to about 5 police officers. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, the power's there. It's quite quick enough. Definitely quick enough for the roads. I know a lot of people would message me on Instagram and say, "Oh, 4.4 seconds. That's fucking slow." Because I've had it remapped. It's not even worth it. It's like, well, to be honest, I mean, I don't even be able to use it anyway. I mean, as soon as I put my foot down, I've got to stop again. I mean, it's quick enough for the roads. I mean, the only time it's got to be quicker than 4 seconds is if you're going on a racetrack, so it's pointless. I mean, I'm never really going to go on a racetrack with this car. I don't know what they're going on about, but yeah. Anyway, apart from that, sound system's good as well. It's just be aware of like the reliability. So reliability isn't actually as bad as what you think it is. It's just that you've got to make sure that you like tender charge. So you can watch my other videos about it all as well, but you've got to tender charge it. Make sure you do regular like servicing, change all your fluids every like 2 years or so. Go to Maserati or a Maserati specialist every 2 years, get it checked out, and make sure it's full history, and just look after it. So that's all I can really say. I mean, just keep it charged is the main one, because that's the one where you get all the like the warning lights coming up saying that there's something wrong with the car, and there's not. So I've only had it for like nearly a month, so obviously I've had to spend out a lot of money on it because it's at the age where like you need to, and the mileage that you need to. So I've done like 64,000 miles now, so I've had to change like the alternator, the belt, the aux like belt as well, so that comes to about 1100. That was literally, I bought the car on the first day I used it, it broke down 5 times, and then basically yeah, I had to spend like 1100 on it, so literally from day one. Another thing is really yeah, so what today is, it pissed me off actually. So today I've had like another bloody thing that I've got to do now, which isn't going to be fun for me to pay it, but like I said, if you're going to get one of these cars, you've got to make sure that you can afford it, because otherwise you're not. I mean, petrol wise, like now I'm getting low on petrol again. I've got to keep on filling it up basically. So the miles per gallon is quite bad. Oh, the car wash is shut. I was going to give it a car wash. Yeah, so the miles per gallon's quite bad. It's like 14.6. Which is not too sad. I'll say it's not too sad. Obviously, you're probably thinking, fucking hell. But for 4.7, 440 horsepower or so, can't really complain that much. Yeah, but I mean, I've had worse cars. I've had a Mazda RX-8, and that was about 9 miles to the gallon, so that's stupid. But yeah, so petrol station wise, you're going to be going there a lot. But yeah, I've got to go to the mechanic again. I've just done like all the coolant and something else for £187, and then what else is it? No, I'm not. It's just at McDonald's at the moment.
What do you like?
Can I have a toffee latte?
Toffee latte. Have you like anything else?
No, that's all, thanks.
Oh, you can jot it down, thank you.
Alright, cheers. Yeah, I'll get a coffee while I'm in. Yeah, so that kid's like looking at my car. You right? Yeah. Right, so bear with me. Is that good? Right, cheers. So yeah, so I've had to do that. That's £187 for like the coolant and get some checks done. Some diagnostic checks. And then what else is it? And then I've done the brake fluid, hydraulic power steering fluid. Got some more checks done. That was £357, I think it was. So, and then I've just had a major bill that I've got to pay out for, which is the brake shoes. So the brake shoes need doing as well. And you've got to do the kit. You can't just do the brake shoes. So you've got to do a kit. And then they've got to do like the handbrake cables as well. That's what's really fucked me over, is, believe it or not, the handbrake cables. Cheers, thanks. So for one handbrake cable, it's £300 for one handbrake cable, and you need 2. £600 for this bloody handbrake thing. And they can't recommend doing one or the other, so I was like, oh, because I was going to leave it, so I think I don't really use the handbrake. I just put it in park because that's what Maserati recommends. Well, not Maserati, but people recommend it, because your brakes can get sticky otherwise. So yeah, all done here. Yeah, so after adding all that up, that's going to cost me £1,500 basically, to do like the brake shoes and the handbrake cable. I don't even think that's a toffee latte, but apparently it is. Yeah, so if you're looking to get one, I would recommend them. They are very, very nice, enjoyable cars to drive. It's just, if you're going to get one, you can get them cheap. Like mine's about 15 grand, but obviously I've had to spend about 3 grand on it, getting it up to scratch. So it's still a bargain. I mean, they're usually about 20 grand, so I'm still getting it as a bargain. But if I was you, just make sure you got I don't know, probably about 5 grand at least minimum in your like bank. If you're buying like a 15 grand, 20 grand Maserati, or 10 grand in your bank, would be even better. Because you're gonna be spending a lot on petrol and a lot on maintenance, and if something goes wrong with it, it's not cheap. Like my door handle is not working, like the cable snapped, and that's £191. But then they said that they can't get one here, so it's quite hard to find parts. So you usually got to get them from Italy or somewhere, and that's costing me £230 odd just for the cable. Then they've got to fit it, so I'm looking at like £300 to £400 just to fit this like door handle cable, basically. So yeah, it's not nice, but I know I'm at the time where I've got to do stuff to the car, and I know that a lot of it's been done. So I've had new disc brakes put on, pads, suspension, that was all done before I got the car. And then I've now done like pretty much all the fluid changes. I've still got to do some fluid changes. I think I've got to do the transmission fluid and the fuel filter. Now the fuel filter, you can't do just the fuel filter. You have to do like the whole pump, I think. They said they can't just do the fuel, which is ridiculous. If it was just a fuel, it'd be like, I don't know, probably be like 70 to 100 pounds or something. But where you got to do the whole thing, it's 750 pounds, and that's without them. No, I think it's, no, sorry, it was 550 pounds, and I think it's like a 3-hour job, so it's going to be like 750 pounds or something. So it's ridiculous on parts. So if you're going to buy one and you think, oh, I can get one, look at that, that's 20 grand for a low mileage Maserati, technically Ferrari, like, you know, like a budget Ferrari, I can do that. If you're not earning the money, you're not going to do it. Yes, you can buy these cars, doesn't mean you're going to be able to afford to run them. I mean, when you start driving it, you're going to be at the petrol station like a lot, because it does like 14 miles to the gallon, so you're going to be going through it. I mean, like the petrol to fill up this tank, it's over £150 to fill up, and you only get about 300 miles out of it, so you've got to work that out. And that's me doing like average driving. That's like, I do a lot of motorways as well, and I'm still only getting about, I think, 18 miles to the gallon, like even when I'm doing like motorway journeys. So just be mindful when things go wrong, but once you sorted out the problems, I've sorted out a lot of the mechanical side, because the alternator's done. I've got a new battery as well. I mean, I've put a lot of new stuff on it. I've glued some bits and pieces that are falling off, like back, and I've sorted out the boot cable now. So a lot of it's been done. So I should be golden after doing like this, and I should be all right for a while. Touch wood, you know. I mean, hopefully. But yeah, that's the honest review. I mean, it's got its perks, it's got its little niggles, but I think they're fantastic. So I think they drive nice, they sound nice, they look nice. It's just sticky buttons annoys me, but I'm not actually really touching the buttons up much anyway, so it doesn't bother me that much. I mean, music wise, I mean, I'll turn the volume up, that's probably the only time I'll really touch it, or sport mode, or like the petrol crap, and that's about it. So apart from that, get one. If you want one, get one, but make sure you got at least 5 grand in the bank, just in case you buy it like me, and then in the first like month I've had to pay out like over 3 grand for it. So just make sure that, you know, or just get it checked out. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Look at the reviews for 4.2s, 4.7s. I mean, personally, I've driven both. If you ever want to know, is there a massive difference? Yes, there is. I know there's not a lot of horsepower, like things like 35 different horsepower, but it's the sound of the exhaust. It sounds a lot better. Because I drove a 4.2 and I couldn't even hear it. I'm not sure if there's something wrong with it, but with this car, yeah, it sounds nicer. I'm not sure why. I'm not saying that that's the reason to get a 4.7. I mean, I might have just drove one that I don't know, I'm not sure why, but it didn't sound nice, and I couldn't really tell on the power. Where this, I know there's only like 40 horsepower difference or 35 horsepower difference, but I felt it, and I think it's like 0.3 seconds quicker, or nearly half a second quicker, and that's a big difference as well. So, and plus it's just nicer just to people to come up to you and go, oh, is that the 4.7? Like, if you're like, no, it's just a GranTurismo, you sort of think, I could have got the S for like pretty much the same price. So just go for the S, because they are pretty much the same price as well. And the petrol wise, it's not going to be much difference. It's only like, you know, like 4.2, 4.7 is like half a litre difference in like engine size. So just go for it. Thought I'd do a video because I could actually see, taking out the airbox, because obviously it's a nightmare to try and fit. I had to like replace that because that was missing. Look how big the bloody engine is. Huge.